Post-match chat with Chapz for that Millwall podcast where it's just finished. Huddersfield Town 1, Millwall 0. Well, that was frustrating, wasn't it? We got what we deserved. We didn't deserve anything from the game, to be honest. We were beaten by, I think, a really poor side. But we gave them hope by, obviously it was a fluke goal. You could say maybe Long should do better, but we gave them hope. And then to be fair to them, they defended very, very well. I think you need to give them some credit as much as I don't really want to. They defended really well and we couldn't find a way through. I think, you know, what today shows is that when a team gives us possession of the ball, and if you look at the wins that we've had recently, we've had actually less possession, but we've won the game. When a team figures out that we don't really know what to do with the ball when you give us possession, then set pieces, they keep a high line, which is a risky strategy, but it paid off for them today. And then they defended incredibly deep, and we did not have a way of getting through them. We're not good enough to play our way through teams. And ultimately, that is why we created nothing and why they were good value for their win. You know, they probably had more chances on the counter-attack, which they're always going to have, by the way, because at the end of the day, we got possession of the football and it was camped in their half for most of the second half. But ultimately, if you can't find a way through, it doesn't matter. They did what teams have to do when you're at the bottom of the table. They played, when I say dirty, you know, in terms of time wasted and things like that. To be fair to the ref, I thought some questionable decisions, but you know, in terms of the time added on, he added on 8 minutes at the end. It didn't make a difference. We were just so wasteful today, so wasteful. And, you know, I don't like to talk about luck and things, but nothing really fell for us. Every time we'd win a header, the flick on wouldn't go to our player. It just, you know, it just wasn't our day today. And that's why I've always said, you know, let's not get too high when we win and not get too low when we lose. I didn't expect us to lose today. I genuinely thought we would win. And I said that in my pre-match prediction. And within it, I said that we'd have to keep up the high intensity from the off and keep Zorba Thomas quiet. And we didn't do either. And because we didn't do either, we lose the game. Zorba Thomas is, I think, one of the best players in the league. And he showed that today. I think he's top assister in the league for the team that, well, were bottom. So I think that's kind of my overall summary. I think we just were beaten by a not very good side, but they did what they had to do, and we did not have a plan B to get through them. People say he picked the wrong team. I think Bennett should have started, but ultimately, and he said this in an interview, and you can't really blame him for it, if you win the game and you play well, you keep the shirt. So ultimately, he's done that, and I think I'll go through the team now, but there were some players today that I thought were woeful. So going through the team, Long made a few good saves and important times where he held the ball. Distribution was trying to get us up the pitch. Possibly, I need to see it again, but possibly should have done better with their goal. But at the moment, I'll reserve judgment on that. In terms of the defence, I thought Danny Mack was awful. Sorry, I know he's a fan's favourite and I absolutely love him myself, but he was terrible today. His crossing was terrible, gave the ball away so many times. He was just poor for me today. I thought Charlie Cresswell was also very poor. There was one, I think it was about 85th minute. The ball was pumped down upfield. All we had to do was watch it go out, and instead he put it out and allowed them to waste more time. You know, he kept giving away stupid fouls. It showed his maturity level today, I think, on the football pitch. I think Jordan Rhodes and Danny Ward had him in their pocket in that respect. Cooper, okay, wasn't as effective going forwards. There was one stage where, again, we talk about luck. Bennett crossed the ball. Cooper was kind of in his way, and it hit Cooper and went out for a goal kick. So, yeah, you know, I think that Cooper was okay. I think you missed the leadership of Hutch. I said this in the midweek chat, that Hutch is a huge loss, and it's no coincidence that we started winning games when he came back into the team. We don't have a leader, and I felt that we had poor game management today. We kind of allowed Huddersfield to do what they wanted to do, and the referee was obviously never going to stop it, and we didn't. We needed someone in the ear roll, and we don't have that. And I'm not saying Hutch would do that because he's not that sort of player, but at least he's our leader, he's our captain. People look to him. Cooper is not that answer. At left back, I thought Malone did okay, actually, until he came off. I thought he wasn't the worst player on the pitch. He did okay. Moving on into midfield, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but no one particularly played well. But if I had to give a man of the match, it would be Billy Mitchell again. Was really good at retaining the ball. Kept things ticking over, was always looking to receive the ball. A lot of time Cresswell and Cooper kept passing it between them, and it was only Mitchell that was coming short to offer. So I thought he was much better than Shackleton was. Shackleton was okay, but didn't really offer much. I thought Styles was terrible, and I thought he was our worst player today. He did nothing. He just looked lost, went missing. I don't think Vogie was much better. Again, you know, if you play two wide men, they have to be involved in the game, and neither of them were. They were poor. Fleming tried, huffed, puffed. You could see he was trying, but it wasn't his day again. And then Bradshaw the same. You know, you know what you get with Bradshaw. You get a workhorse, but ultimately he offered more than Afobe did. And Afobe going down for that penalty at the end of the game was never a penalty. Bury did what Bury does, which is to come on and take the game to them, beat players. I thought he did okay when he came on. I thought it was a decent cameo, but again, it just wasn't really his day, and Bennett wasn't given enough time. So at the end of the day, Styles scored in the last game and grew into the second half. Today, he was terrible, you know. But I don't blame Rowett for that. For me, we won the game, and his motto was, you play well, you keep the shirt. So I get that. I think now we need to change it up for Wednesday. Birmingham are a decent team. Believe me, they're a decent team with Chong, Hannibal, and of course they've got players like Hogan that have scored lots of goals at this level, and they've got a couple of decent defenders. They're not going to be any mugs, and they tore QPR to shreds last night. So that's going to be a real challenge, and we now need to go and put it right. I'm not surprised, unfortunately. This is the Millwall way, isn't it? Play bottom of the league, team that look completely down and out, and we give away a fluky goal and then never really look like getting back into it. So unfortunately, it is what it is. We move on to Wednesday, Birmingham. I probably won't be able to do a post-match with that because I'm going in for an operation on Wednesday. I'm hoping that I'll be out in time to watch the game, but we shall see. But please do, if you've made it this far through the video of me rambling, please do like and subscribe. Put your comments down; they're always welcome. I know full well I'm still doing it portrait. I completely forgot when I was about a minute in and I wasn't going to change it. So thank you to people telling me I need to do this in landscape mode. It's coming, and as always, really appreciate everyone's support for the channel. We couldn't give you the result we wanted today, but I hope you'll enjoy your weekend, and let's see what happens Wednesday. Bye for now.